Hey folks, hey, Roland Martin here. Just sharpening my knife up in my shop. I spend a lot of time in my shop and change all my line, of course, up here and do all my new guides and just do a lot of things. But you know, I got to thinking about some stories. I've had a lot of success on my YouTube channel. And by the way, thanks for watching my YouTube because I have over 130,000 subscribers now. I'm really doing good. My sponsors and advertisers like Bass Pro, they're all happy with that. And Favorite Rods and everybody else. So thanks again for subscribing. But anyway, one of the things that's been real popular and people keep asking me about are my stories that I tell about my old experiences on the tournament trail, for example. Well, one that comes to mind is so humorous is Bill Dance. We all know Bill Dance, America's favorite fisherman, or whatever his moniker is right now. Actually, Bill started his television career a couple years before I did. I started mine in 74. I think he started his in 69 or 70. Anyway, I did some film work with Bill in 71 on Bill's show before I ever had a show. So Bill Dance, Jimmy Houston, and I, we have a little thing together called the Three Legends. And we get together and we joke around, we play little tricks on each other for years and years. But the biggest trick I ever played on Bill Dance backfired. Really big time. I got to tell you how that trick was. Well, first of all, let me tell you, Bill Dance has a phobia against snakes. I mean, forever. When we see a snake around the water and he sees one, he goes, oh, and he goes crazy and he just runs away. I don't know, he just goes nuts. Sometimes they fall in the boat when we're fishing, a little water snake, and he'll go absolutely bonkers. And we'd put snakes in his boat before and his live well, and we've done all these things with rubber snakes, and he gets all scared from that. But the worst thing I did was a live little garter snake. It was about this big. It was kind of a green, had little stripes on it. It was a little garter snake. It was harmless, absolutely harmless snake. I found it. And we were staying together, we were rooming together because Bill and I had roomed together in several tournaments. We were at Santee Cooper. This is back in about 1975, I think it was. And Bill was still fishing actively on the Bass tournament trail and doing well, and I was doing well. We were kind of the two top guys at the time. He had won 7 tournaments at that point. I don't know if I'd won that many tournaments at that point. I'm not sure. I was getting close. But anyway, Bill and I were rooming together, and along with this other guy by the name of Stewart Howard. Stewart Howard was from Millington, Tennessee, a young fellow, and so he was sleeping on the cot in the room, and then Bill and I had the 2 double beds. But anyway, we were all kind of sharing information. That was the beautiful thing about those early tournaments. There wasn't quite as much money on the line, and so when we'd all go fishing in the pre-fishing and all go fishing in the practice, we'd all kind of share our patterns and share what kind of lures we had and even maybe talk about some areas. But the normal deal was if Bill had been catching them in a certain area, I'd stay out of that area. I'd try to find my own, that same pattern in another area, you know, so we wouldn't be bumping heads. Anyway, I found this snake, little bitty garter snake. And Bill, being deathly afraid of snakes like he is, I said, okay, I came back and I showed Stewart. I said, Stewart, look, let's put this in his bed. He's out for the night. I mean, he'll come back in an hour or so and go to bed. We'll put it in his bed. When it starts slithering around by his feet, he'll feel it and he'll go crazy. It's not going to bite him. It's not going to hurt him. It's just a harmless little garter snake, but it's going to scare the fool out of him. Super bad deal. So, sure enough, we took the covers back, took that little old garter snake, and we put it under his cover. And we could feel it under there. It was all just laying there on his bed. Put his bed all back, made it up again. And so now it's time to go to bed. Here comes Bill. Hey guys, how you doing? And we were fixing coffee and getting everything ready for the next day. How are you done? We talked about our tournament success for the day and our practice rather. And so Bill said, okay, time to go to bed. So he takes his covers and he pulls the covers back. He slides into the bed. Nothing happens. He's just there, he gets real comfortable, he moves around a little bit, nothing happens. Stewart and I, we're on the bed and we're looking at each other. It's in the dark, it's kind of just barely light, like a clock or something's lit up. But anyway, we're looking, well, no, he's gonna start screaming in a minute. He's gonna go crazy, he's gonna feel that snake, it's gonna be just pandemonium. So all of a sudden, Bill starts snoring. So what the heck happened to the snake? So now Stewart and I, we're just all worried about the snake. So we can't sleep. It's like we're on pins and needles the entire night. And finally, Bill wakes up about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's time to go fishing. And he is rested, and he's just happy as a daisy. And Stewart and I are just fit to be tied because we haven't had 2 hours sleep all night long worrying about that snake. Where's that snake? What happened to the snake? And so finally, Bill leaves. So Stewart and I, now we strip the bed. We take all the covers off the bed. And we say, I know there's a snake in here somewhere. I'll put it in the bed. I don't know where it is. Now we can't find the snake. It's hidden in the room somewhere. So now for the next 2 or 3 nights, because we're afraid to tell Bill that we got a snake in the room. Now for the next couple of nights, we're looking under every little thing in the room. We can't find that snake. We don't know what happened to it. We finally told Bill. We finally said, Bill, we put a snake in your room, and he really got kind of mad about it. He says, I could have a heart attack over something like that. I don't think it's quite that bad, but it was a pretty bad experience, all right. So we traveled together on the Bluebird bus, and we did the seminar tours together with Bill and John Powell and Ray Scott, and we'd go into cities, and Bill would talk about worm fishing. He was about the best worm fish. Still is one of the best worm fishermen in the world. So anyway, I just have to tell you that experience with Bill and the snake was it was pandemonium on my part, not on Bill's part. The fact that it backfired and we could never find the snake. Bill was a practical joker, though. And the reason why I did that in the first place was that wherever we'd go, one of the things that Bill would always do, like when Forrest Wood would come on the tournament trail or come to a big seminar, one of Bill's favorite things would he'd yell out at Forrest, for example. He'd say something like this. He'd do this double talk. He'd say, "Hey, Forrest, have you seen the thing about the motorcycle?" Something that you couldn't understand. And old Forrest would say, "What's that, Bill? What'd you say?" He'd be yelling across the auditorium, for example, at a big pre-seminar deal. "What'd you say, Bill?" And he said, I said, "What's the thing about the motorcycle?" Just something crazy that made no sense. And finally, I can remember Forrest walking over to Bill and punching him in his chin and said, "Bill, I've had enough of that double talk." That's kind of Bill Dance for you. He's quite a character. I tell you, Bill and I have been going on a long ways. Bill had a little health issue this last year. He had a little stent put in. He's way more healthy now. He's got his blood pressures under control, and he's doing healthy. He and I are about the same age, We're old guys. And my health's done good. I had the COVID, back in October. And so I've lost some weight, and I do my exercises in the morning. I do my sit-ups and my little push-up things, and I do all my little exercises for my shoulder arms. And then I fish about every day. In fact, it's between turkey hunting, turkey call making, and fishing. I'm either hunting or fishing or making turkey calls each and every day. So I'm not having a bad time of it. I'm making this retirement. I don't say I'm retired because I make all the videos that you see me make, and I do all my regular television work. And by the way, my television show, Fishing with Roland Martin, is bigger and better than ever. I have this group out of Pine Post Productions out of Canada doing the editing. It's the best editing I've ever had. It's just outstanding. So don't miss that show because we do some really quality film work on my new show, Fishing with Roland Martin, as seen on the Sportsman's Channel and a couple things, FSN. Anyway, hey, I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy producing videos, and I enjoy telling these stories. These a million stories I can tell. And so, folks, hey, thanks for watching. Hit that likes button. We'll see you again soon.